Dick Rickles here.
Are swords cool? Yes. Are people who own swords cool? No.
What a champ, though. It's a bridge.
It's a half-built
It's a dock,
bridge.
actually.
The 1940s in Nazi Germany.
Oh my god. Okay, if anybody here needs to know exactly just how far up his own fucking asshole Jordan Peterson is, this is the greatest example of it, okay? He gets on Joe Rogan and he starts bitching about about water.
Mm-hmm.
About water?
Yeah, about water.
Okay.
Water. It's so weird.
I want to see.
Okay, here we go. We're gonna talk about this is where his weird ass diet is. Damn you! It's too long. Oh, here we go.
Very related.
Oh, he does not look healthy.
Well, we did notice
just
that
eat a
when
lot of
Michaela
beef.
was young, if she ate oranges or strawberries, that she'd get a rash.
His voice is so weird. See how weird it is to hear him talk about something that's
Oranges.
not his usual bullshit.
Yeah.
And then when she developed arthritis, if she ate oranges in particular, that would definitely cause a flare. It was the only thing we could see. The problem is that in order to identify a dietary component, the response has to be pretty quick after you eat the thing. Like if it's 2 days later, how the hell are you going to figure that out?
Right.
A lot of these responses appear to be delayed for 4 days.
Please
And
tell me
last
where the
a
water
month.
pit is.
So good luck figuring that out. Anyways, Michaela noticed
Oh my lord! And he just really
luck
keeps
figuring
going and
that
going
out.
and going.
Didn't him or his daughter get scurvy?
What?
Hey, there was something about because of the stupid fucking diet he's on, and he made his daughter
I want to
go
get
on it. I think one of them got scurvy or something. Maybe it was I'm trying to look through an article here to see if I can find why I think that, but apparently so far I've only been able to find a nutritionist telling him you're at risk of scurvy, which yeah, of course you fucking are. You're eating nothing but beef water.
Yeah. I love though that it's like he's doing all that and he's like really, really trying to be like the guy that tells people to get their shit together too. Like he's really trying hard to be one of these like one of these motivational speakers, you know? So
Yeah.
I found so with your guys' permission, I found a 10-minute edit of the Joe Rogan Jordan Peterson talking about his carnivore diet. Are you guys willing to indulge me in that?
Sure.
I'm always down to dunk on Peterson.
Here we go.
get into this because this is I think this is a fascinating thing with you personally. Your diet. You're on this carnivore diet
Yes.
now.
Okay, so I want to preface that with something. I am not a dietary expert, so I'm now
Right.
speaking as an
Oh, no shit.
uninformed citizen.
Yes.
Right.
Well, this is anecdotal evidence from a human being that
Yes.
has dealt with autoimmune issues
Yes.
your whole life.
Yes.
You have done this for how long now?
I've been on a pure carnivore diet for about 2 months and a very, very low carb, greens only, modified carnivore diet for about a year.
Is that long enough to give your expert opinion on something?
Do you think if he gets scurvy, he'll turn green, so he'll actually just be Kermit the Frog?
Kermit the Frog. I don't know. I hope one can certainly dream. One can certainly
yeah.
dream.
Look at those dead eyes.
Yeah, I don't think. Huh?
Look at those dead eyes.
His eyes are so sunken
know.
into his head.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think 2 months is long enough to get any sort of accurate reading on what your food intake is, unless it's really extreme. You know what I mean?
Sorry, my lights behind my head are messing with the camera, so I want to.
You know, that's what the government wants. They want more cameras in the home so they can watch you eat your beef stew,
Eat your
No.
beef water.
your beef water. The government they want to control your beef water.
He's just so. It's so weird. The things he chooses to these weird hills he chooses to die on that he wants to believe are the best things for everybody.
So in the year,
and a low carb diet for 2 years.
so from the time that I've known you for what, 2.5 years now, something like that?
Yeah.
When I first met you, you had much more weight on your body.
Yeah.
You looked different.
Yeah.
And you were back then. You were eating.
Yeah, that's called
like
malnourishment.
Standard diet, right? Like normal people. do.
Yes.
Pasta, bread, meat,
Yes.
chicken, whatever.
Yes.
Right. You shifted over to only meat and greens. I saw you, and I'm like, you look fantastic. I'm like, what are you doing? And you're like, I changed my diet. I only eat meat and greens. And I was like, wow, that's fascinating. Well, I felt like, okay, what you're doing is cutting out refined sugars and all these different things that are problematic, preservatives, all the bullshit, processed foods, and you're having this extreme health benefit. And I was like, wow, that's really excellent. You're showing great discipline. Then,
And that's how a reasonable person would think about it. But Jordan Peterson is like, here's my snake oil. Like, it's beef and water.
Water that's been friends with beef.
How much you want to bet he's got like a 50-page book on why this diet works, and all it really is just him saying beef and water are the greatest over and over again.
The caveman used to take their beef and drop it in the river.
It is pretty funny how he like has this kind of cadence to him that almost sounds like Newfoundlander. Newfoundlander.
Yeah. Well, he is Canadian, isn't he? So I think maybe he is at least a little.
There you go. Yeah, right. Is he?
Jordan and Mick. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he's Canadian.
Okay, there you go.
Well, I'm like 90% sure. Don't quote me on that or anything. Jordan Michaela Peterson. Our carnivore diet: how to cure depression and disease with meat only. Revised transcripts and blog posts featuring Dr. Sean Baker. Paperback, October 8th.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah.
Right. Fuck yeah. There's a book about it. There's a book about beef water. Fuck yeah.
then you decided to take it to another place.
We did it. Ladies and gentlemen, we did it.
What was the motivation for cutting out the greens?
Well, all of the motivation for this has been my experience with my daughter, because she has an unbelievably serious autoimmune disease. I just talked to her this morning.
What is it called?
Well, it's arthritis. And my wife always had a suspicion that this was...
arthritis, the autoimmune disease.
It's actually called an unbelievably dangerous autoimmune disease. That's the medical term.
That's the
Though
medical
some would
term
call
for
it arthritis.
The silent killer.
Arthritis, the silent killer. Well, yeah, because it really, really is. Because imagine one day, you're walking through the city. You're walking through the city at night, all right? You hit up an alley. There's a guy there. There's no Batman. There's no Spider-Man. And guess what happens? You pull out your gun. Boom. You guess what? You miss. Why do you miss? Because your hands hurt because you're arthritis. And now you're mugged.
I actually have a very serious pancreatic cancer. It's technically known as restless leg syndrome.
Dietary related, and
Why?
You really do a good impression of him, especially since we keep going right back to him after you do the voice.
Thank you. I can't help it, honestly.
No, we
I
did
just
notice
keep doing it. So every time I hear him talk, I just have to talk like Kermit the Frog.
It is a fun voice. Like, he would be oh my god, how different of a world would we live in if Jordan Peterson was like a voice actor?
Oh my god, I would like him then.
Right? He'd be on like Cat Scratch and shit.
Be on Adventure Time.
Yeah.
No, Finn.
Go, Finn.
Don't eat the Candy Princess.
Go.
It's full of preservatives.
when Michaela was young, if she ate oranges or strawberries, that she'd get a rash. Like there were, and then when she developed arthritis, if she ate oranges in particular, that would definitely cause a flare. It was the only thing we could see. The problem is that in order to identify a dietary component, the response has to be pretty quick after you eat the thing. Like if it's 2 days later, how the hell are you going to figure that out?
Right.
A lot of these responses appear to be delayed for 4 days and last a month. So good luck figuring that out.
He really has
and she
a
thought,
Muppet
oh, it
face,
must
too.
be stress. And then she thought, wait a second, I really changed my diet. When I'm studying, all I do is eat bagels.
He
all I
really
do
is.
Eat bread
He's like a
sandwiches.
Muppet
So I
that
thought,
fell out of the
maybe it's the
workshop.
bread. So she cut out gluten
Yeah.
first, and it had a remarkable effect, like a really remarkable effect. And then she went on a radical elimination diet all the way down to nothing but chicken and broccoli. And then her symptoms started to drop off one by one. Like and like one of the things that happened is she started to wake up in the morning and she started to be able to stay awake.
The chicken and broccoli reminded me of, have you ever seen the beans and cornbread?
Beans and cornbread? What?
Yeah, it's just a short clip of like a guy being like, "That's all he eats, beans and cornbread."
That's all I eat is beans and cornbread.
I'm sorry, it just reminded me. It's an old YouTube like meme.
What do you like to eat when you're on the road? My favorite food is beans and cornbread. I love beans and cornbread because I'm just that country boy, you know. I love that beans and cornbread because there ain't nothing wrong with beans and cornbread. I just love them beans and cornbread.
Damn.
Why it just reminded me of that?
Never mind. I'm going to use my $10,000 to pay Jordan Peterson to just quote that clip.
Beans and cornbread. I can't
When
do as
I'm-
well as you.
When I'm on the road, I don't like to eat anything but beans and cornbread. You know, beans and cornbread. I just give me them beans and cornbread.
Staying awake for 6 hours with Riddle
He
staying
sounds
awake all
just
day.
like him.
That's like having a life. So a whole bunch of things improved. Then her depression.
I was seriously like waiting
And
just so
I've
we
had
could do this
depression
side by
since I was
side.
13 probably, and very severe. And I've treated it a variety of ways, some of them quite successfully. But it's been a constant.
Some of them
battle,
not.
And my father had it, and his father had it. And it's all just rife in my family. It's like it took her 2 years to figure out that really what she could eat was beef and greens, and then she figured out that she could only eat beef.
So
And
the greens themselves.
Well, look, so what happened? Okay,
Because
so
her arthritis.
2 years ago she said, "Dad,
Because
you
of her
have to try this
arthritis. She
diet
can't
because
eat
you have-
greens because of her arthritis, Joe. Don't you know
This-
nothing?
This sounds like a guy that you would talk to at a festival who's clearly like been there since opening day and it's like day 4. And he's
Yeah.
like, oh, you know, my daughter can't eat broccoli because of her arthritis. And you're like, all right, man, I'm going to go over here.
He's one of those guys that has like that giant jar and he's just like, everything. Yep, this is all I drink.
Yeah. Hey, the government can't put anything in my jar because it has a lid on it.
Yep. And it's sealed. I can it myself.
a lot of the same symptoms as me. Now, I didn't have arthritis, but I had a lot of the other symptoms. And I thought, oh, Christ, okay, Michaela.
This is so flip-floppy, just as a brief aside. Like, you know, I had the exact same symptoms. Now, it wasn't arthritis, but, you know, she had the arthritis, but she had the exact same symptoms. But, you know, it wasn't the arthritis. Like, I mean, what the fuck, dude?
I can try anything for a month. She said, try it for a month. I thought, okay, whatever. I can hang by my fingernails from the windowsill for a month. It's like, it's just not
Show
that
off.
big a deal. And so I eliminated.
I
went-
bet you
really went clean up.
$10,000 you can.
Yeah, right? I genuinely want to see that now, just because by the end... Just because by the end of the month, he'll be, like, numb. And just, like, probably lived, like, through some kind of trauma. And maybe he'll pick on some people a little bit less.
Okay, so this is what happened.
What
I
had
had
happened
gastric reflux
was-
disorder, and I was snoring quite a lot. I stopped snoring the first week. I thought, what the hell? That's supposed to be associated with weight loss, because I had gained some weight. I weighed about 212 pounds, and I'm about 6'1.5", so that was my maximum weight. I stopped snoring, which was a great relief to Tammy. So that just quit, and that's a big deal, right? Because if you snore, you have sleep apnea, and then you don't sleep right, and it's like not a good thing. Okay, next. I started waking up in the mornings. I'd never been able to wake up in the mornings my whole life. I always had to stumble to the shower, and then maybe I could wake up. It took me an hour, and I felt terrible. And so all of a sudden I woke up, and it was like, oh, look at that. I'm awake in the morning, and I'm clear-headed, and things aren't gloomy and horrible. It's like, well, isn't that weird? Then I lost 7 pounds the first month. I thought, 7 pounds?
all
that's a
sounds
lot
like
in a month. And I'd
malnourishment,
already
though,
gone
Jordan.
for a whole year on a sugar-free diet. I didn't
And then
lose
my
any
teeth
weight.
started
And I'd been
falling out, and I got
exercising.
bruised really
Sugar-free,
easily.
Cut out bread and
No, it was just no desserts, no sugar, no. And I thought that might do it. Didn't make any difference at all. 7 pounds. Well, then I lost 7 pounds the next month. Then I lost 7 pounds the next month. I lost 7 pounds every month for 7 months. It's like I had to throw away all my clothes. I went back to the same weight that I was when I was 26. And my psoriasis disappeared. And I had floaters in my right eye, and they cleared up. And then the last thing that went away from me,
beef?
I was still having a bitch of a time with mood regulation, and that sucked because when I changed my diet, I didn't respond.
You hit the nail on the head saying this guy sounds like one of those, like one of the kookier people you hear at festivals.
Is he from
Yeah.
Nova Scotia?
Yeah, he is. I don't know exactly where from, but Jimmy said we were discussing on how sure we were that he was Canadian.
Well, yeah, but he's got kind of an Irish accent too, so it almost sounds like I said, Nova Scotian.
From
He does kind
Edmonton?
of sound like the characters in Letterkenny a little bit.
Yeah, he does.
End of the laneway, don't come up the property. Well, you know, patter, let's get at her. No more nothing but beef and stew.
S&P, that's all you need.
Take about 25% off there, Squirrely Joe.
On to
Oh,
antidepressants
God.
anymore. They weren't working. And so although I was getting better physically on a variety of ways, like radical ways, I was really having a bitch of a time regulating my mood, and I was having sporadic, really negative reactions to food when I ate something I shouldn't. So that took about 1.5 years to clear up. And I was still really anxious in the morning up to 3 months ago, like horribly, and then it would get better all day. People said, well, you're under a lot of stress. And I thought, yeah, I've been under a lot of stress for like 10 years. It's like, it's a lot, but it wasn't any more stressful than helping my daughter deal with her illness, that's for sure. That
For arthritis, like, you know, like, I feel like he's really hamming it up. Like, for something that I feel like most people get depending on their job, sometimes at a really young age, you know? Like,
no, this is something different. And she said to me,
oh, I'm sorry then.
quit eating greens. And I thought, oh, really? Jesus, Michaela, I'm eating cucumbers, lettuce, broccoli, and
These are all such funny words to hear him say.
I just want to cut. Oh, Jesus, Michaela, really? I'm eating cucumbers.
I don't know why it's so funny to hear him say it.
I want that as a fucking ringtone.
Remix it.
Hang on, let me just play that for you one more time, then, there, buddy.
Thank you.
than helping my daughter deal with her illness, that's for sure. That, no, this is something different. And she said to me, quit eating greens. And I thought, oh, really? Jesus, Michaela, I'm eating cucumbers.
That's so funny. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Lord.
not the cucumbers.
I'm eating cucumbers, lettuce. Like he sounds like the most indignant rabbit that ever lived.
I don't even have any fucking
broccoli,
carrots.
And chicken and beef. It's like I have to cut out the goddamn greens. It's like, try it for a month. Okay.
No.
Within a week, I was 25% less anxious in the morning. Within 2 weeks, 75%. And I've been better every single day. I'm
How
better
do you
now.
volumetrically calculate like
I was 6.72% less.
depressed, yeah.
Yeah.
But then you know, I slept in about 5 minutes, so that, you know, adds about 7 or 8 points to it. Like
By
like
noon the next day, I was down by 4.763, repeating, of course.
yes, my anxiety FICA score is 500. My depression FICA score though is a 400, which is pretty good today.
I actually put it into Credit Karma, and my credit score has gone up due to me eating beef.
They said, "Oh, you only eat beef and water, eh?"
Yeah.
That's 10 points right there.
Probably than I've ever been in my life. And I haven't been taking antidepressants for a whole year. So I don't know what, and I weigh 162 pounds. Like I have no, and I've actually gained musculature. I've been doing some working out, but not a lot.
Is that
And
a
so
word?
I can sleep 6 hours a night, no problem. I wake up.
What was that, love?
Is that a word? Musculature?
I don't know if in that.
I think it is. It doesn't sound like one when it comes out of his mouth.
If it does, I'm just.
Musculature.
I
swear to God, if I only see some Urban Dictionary bullshit. Okay, here we go.
Okay, it is a real
The
word.
system or arrangement of muscles in a body. In a body. The
Okay.
shape and musculature of a dolphin.
He did use it wrong, but
Yeah, it does kind of feel like he didn't use that right.
Sorry,
Morning,
that's just
I'm
a-
awake. If I take a 50
I mean, whatever. He's just like revered by thousands of people. Like, does he
Oh,
really
it's
need
fine.
to know what he's talking about?
minute
It's
nap,
fine.
that used to take me an hour to recover from, that's gone. Here's the coolest thing. I've had gum disease since I was 25.
That's another funny clip. Here's the coolest thing. I had gum
This
disease.
is the 25.
that's it. I'm starting a second channel that's just editing weird shit Jordan Peterson says.
Right? Just out of context Jordan Peterson clips.
I'm eating fucking cucumbers. I've had gum disease since I was 5.
That's the coolest thing.
Oh, it's so
gum
great.
disease.
That's gone. Here's the coolest
Musculature.
thing. I've had gum disease since I was 25. That's been serious enough to have, I've had to have minor surgical interventions, scraping and that sort of thing to keep it at bay. It's gone.
Scrapings and the
I checked
like.
with my dentist
Scrapings
before
and
this
the
last
like.
tour. No inflammation. And that's associated with heart disease, by the way, gum inflammation and gingivitis. It's a good risk factor for heart disease. It means the systemic inflammation is gone. And it's not supposed to happen. You're not supposed to recover from gingivitis. And my gums are in perfect shape. It's like, what the hell? So here's what happened. I lost 50 pounds. It's like, that's a lot.
He sounded pissed
Right?
about it.
I'm nowhere near as
Damn
hungry
it.
as I used to be. My appetite's probably fallen by 70%.
That was part of my disability check. Gingivitis, like, I don't know. Like, what the hell? That's such a, I don't know. For somebody
Me and
who's,
gingivitis were both on the lease and it fucking left.
for somebody that, like, here's the thing, too, is that if you go to, like, fan websites, like, they really whittle it down to the gems. And when you watch those videos, it's like, almost like, yeah, I can understand. I can walk through what you're saying, Jordan. So it's, like, kind of funny to hear him just being so, like, off the cuff. Which I think is the advantage of Joe Rogan, you know?
He's not always an eloquent man. Like he is well spoken a good portion of the time.
Yeah.
And he has a great way of talking. Like you ask question A, and then he goes through C through Z before he gets back to B. So you kind of forget what the question was. So when he finally gets back to the point, you're like, oh yeah, I guess that kind of answered the question.
Yeah.
But when you really get down to like, what about your beef stew thing? And he starts coming up with, I was eating cucumbers and fucking gingivitis and stuff. Like,
and then my gingivitis was gone from all the beef.
Yeah. Because I didn't eat
I
broccoli
don't
for a
get
month.
blood sugar.
You know, I unpaused the video and I genuinely thought you were him. I genuinely thought
I'm really
like,
happy about
oh
that.
shit, he had to eat broccoli for a month. And then, oh my god, Jimmy,
Dysregulation.
you're fucking murdering me
Problems.
in Minecraft.
I need way less sleep. I get up in the morning and I'm fine. I'm not anxious. I'm not depressed. I don't have psoriasis.
But by what
My
percentage?
legs were numb on the sides. That's gone.
Did you have psoriasis before?
I'm certainly intellectually.
He keeps throwing shit in there that you're like, hang on, I've lost the plot. Are you?
I don't have tennis elbow, which I didn't before. I'm just throwing that in. I also don't have it still.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? My deviated septum is gone, but I mean, that wasn't an issue either, but it's like, whatever.
My eyes are the same color they've been my whole life.
Yeah, thanks to the beef, they have not changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't shrunk at all.
I've got a priapism from the beef water.
Yeah. it's worked so well. Like I have no more priapism because of that.
At my best at the moment, which is a great relief, especially doing this tour. Depression is gone. I'm stronger. I can swim better.
What?
I'm
He's become one with the water.
I'm faster than a speeding bullet.
It's like,
You know,
it's like
when you drink all this water, you become one with it, and so it lets you go through it more easily. It trusts you.
Like you really think he's done raising the stakes, and then he's just like, I can swim better too. I can almost
count
walk
the
on the
amount of
water.
blades of
Damn
grass
it!
in my front lawn.
I'm faster than a speeding bullet.
Yeah,
I can smell up to 4 miles further than I used to be able to.
I don't get wet in the rain anymore.
Yeah.
I can taste the color teal.
I don't. When I'm on a bus, I don't shake back and forth. I just stand straight up.
I'm perfectly gyroscopic. Oh my god.
I can tell what anything feels like with my tongue just by imagining myself licking it.
Oh my god. I knew it was a good idea to have both of you guys on at the same time.
And my gum
Yeah,
disease
that's
is gone. It's like, what the hell?
And you've done no blood work.
What the
I
hell?
want that face on a what the hell t-shirt.
My gum disease is gone. It's like, what the hell?
That's the
What
second
the
time he's
hell?
been pissed off about his gum disease being gone.
He's really upset. He misses it. That was my only friend.
He used to speak to him at night.
Yeah. Are you there,
Wait.
Gingy?
Yeah, Shinji.
It's me, Jordan. Do you think I should try to cut broccoli out of my diet? I'm eating a lot of cucumbers, you know.
Maybe
Damn it,
all the
Michaela.
times Peterson. Damn it, Michaela. Oh my god, maybe his gingivitis is the name is Michaela. That's
There was
funny.
no daughter.
There was no daughter. It was just him talking to his gum disease. Oh my lord. Oh god. Oh man, my mic is shifting in volume and I can't control it. But whatever. We're dealing. We're dealing.
And you've done no blood work, so you don't know what your lipid
See, that is a great question.
profile is, or
No, I'll get that done again when I go
do you
back to
take any
Toronto.
vitamins?
No. No, I eat beef and salt and water. That's it. And I never
I eat
cheat.
beef.
Ever. Not even a little bit.
Oh, here's the water bit.
No
Nothing.
soda, no wine.
I drink club soda.
Well, that's still water.
Well, when you're down to that level. No, it's not. Look, Joe, there's club soda, which is really bubbly. There's Perrier, which is sort of bubbly. There's flat water, and there's hot water.
those are varieties.
Those distinctions start to become
That-
Can we
important.
That is
get an
crazy.
entire
Well,
audiobook of him just describing different types of liquids?
Yeah, right.
Coca-Cola has like bubbles in it, and it's kind of
Syrup
dark.
is
But then you have
viscous.
champagne, which has more bubbles and is less dark.
That would be. I would actually listen to probably 20 whole minutes of that, and then if I was feeling up to it more, but like a guaranteed 20 of me just listening to like the brown noise of Jordan Peterson listing off drinks.
I would fall asleep to that every night.
That's what I'm saying. It'd be like a rainforest machine or some shit.
Lake water and seawater are very similar, but there's subtle differences, which I'll go into over the next 10 minutes.
Today on Jordan Peterson's water,
Liquid files.
liquid files. I love it.
What you ate. We both had that giant tomahawk.
Yep.
I had wine though.
Yep.
I'm curious about this. I'm very curious, and I
Yeah,
think
me
I
too.
might try it. But I eat a lot of vegetables.
Yep.
But I don't have any problems.
How
like
dare
health
you.
problems.
Hey, man, like I'm not.
Oh, you
Uh,
arrogant! Oh my God, the folly of man is truly our own hubris.
Disclaimer number 2.
I also like that Joe Rogan's first question was, and you haven't had like a blood test to like check your lipids. Like have you had like any medical work done whatsoever? Because I'm pretty sure like the blood test is in there, but I'm pretty sure you did a whole fucking spectrum at this point if all you're eating is fucking water and beef.
It was just such a mic drop of a question too. Like,
Yeah.
they've
Well,
done
no, I
blood
just
work.
guessed.
I'll do that when I'm very far away from you, Mr. Rogan.
Yeah.
I am not recommending this to anyone. However,
that was a good disclaimer
I did-
for this whole video.
I did write a book about it, so you can go read
Yeah.
that and learn how to do it, but you shouldn't do it. But you should buy the book.
Yeah, Jimmy found a book on this
On what?
on the beef water.
Oh, I want to see. I
Maybe
wanna
we
see
should
the
get it,
secrets
but
of the
I mean
beef
like,
water.
yeah, we gotta find it at a thrift store. I don't want to give Jordan money directly. I want to give like an actual person money. Hey, is this your book? No? Some schmuck brought it in? Okay, here you go. I'll buy it then. If it's your book, I don't know if I want to give you money either.
I guess
Have
technically
had- however,
like a transcript of like blog posts he made and like interviews he gave about it. So this one's probably actually in it. But yeah, I sent you the link and the actually that cover is a thing of beauty. Now that I'm looking
That
at
is a
it.
thing of... I'm sorry. I want to bring that up. I gotta find out. Hang on. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, my lord.
Let's see it.
Here's the cover.
Why is he so red?
Why is he photoshopped in? Do you not want to be around your daughter?
Why is he so tiny?
Oh
like-
yeah, I forgot to mention that Mikolaya is actually a giant.
I'm
Damn
6'2", but my daughter's actually 7'10".
Also, the-
Nikolaya.
The photographer took this picture just as I stepped in some seagull poop. That's why I'm looking
That's
down.
why I'm looking down.
Is he wearing a bath towel?
Is it a towel? Yeah, I was just
think
about
he's
to
wearing a
ask the
bath
same question. Like, is this... I don't know. I feel like this is like a leaked photo of Peterson that he found online that he was like, oh, that looks all right.
That
I'm
works.
gonna
seen a
put that
book
on the
cover
cover.
I've never seen a book cover that looks like it was made on accident.
I've also never seen a cover that I so wanted to be a graphic romance novel. Our carnivore diet: how to cure depression and disease with meat only.
The untold story of our forbidden beach towel love.
my romance with a giantess.
You The emotions were like waves. They'd come in and go out on a daily basis.
It is really weird since like Peterson likes to tout himself as an alpha male. Like, I mean, like you would kind of think he would make himself like the bigger, but it is his daughter, so maybe he's like, check out my jeans.
He's just standing further away from the camera.
Like all like I wonder if that is a show off thing. Like, look, did you see this hot chick that you guys want to fuck? Well, I made her. You actually want to fuck me, and it doesn't have to be gay, because being gay is gay. Like
me and my gingivitis made sweet, sweet love, and we came out with her. Then I threw a big thing of beef into the ocean. Called it a day.
I took one long tongue swab of my gingivitis, and I spit it into the garden, and 10 days later, Michaela done sprout.
That's why she's 9 feet tall. I live in her shoes.
I live in her shoes. Oh Lord, that was a fun one. That's gonna be a fun one to clip up. All right, so here's a news story that Stone found that I like.
It's a bit old, but it's great.
Here we go.
I do have to pre-apologize. I don't think I'm going to be able to stop doing the Jordan Peterson accent for the rest of this show.
Oh,
so.
I won't find any problems with that. I'm just gonna